हो निगाह जिस ते सवली होवे रब दी सच्चे इश्क दी लागे ओनू
Tonight's WWE SmackDown was unlike any other, as Roman Reigns and CM Punk united in a shocking and violent assault on World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins and rising star Braun Breaker. What started as a typical night of action quickly spiraled into chaos when the arena lights dimmed, setting the stage for an unforgettable and sinister moment. As Rollins, fresh off another successful title defense, stood confidently in the ring, and Breaker had just delivered a dominant performance, no one could have predicted the storm that was about to hit. Roman Reigns, long absent from SmackDown, made his return, but this time, he wasn't alone. The unmistakable sound of CM Punk's music echoed throughout the arena, and the two bitter rivals, who had clashed for years, stepped onto the stage together, sending shockwaves through the WWE universe. What followed was an explosive attack that left Rollins and Breaker reeling. Punk and Reigns, working with brutal precision, launched a savage ambush that saw Rollins and Breaker broken and battered in the center of the ring. This unexpected alliance and the sheer ferocity of the assault have left WWE fans questioning what's next in this evolving power struggle. The lights go out. A shocking arrival. As the arena lights flickered, confusion rippled through the crowd. Was it a technical glitch, or something more sinister? Before anyone could make sense of it, the unmistakable sound of Roman Reigns' music blared through the speakers. The tribal chief had been absent for weeks, and his return sent shockwaves through the SmackDown arena. The crowd's initial excitement quickly turned to a mixture of dread and curiosity. Roman's expression was different tonight. Gone was the cocky smugness that had defined him as the head of the table for so long. Instead, his face was steely and focused, the weight of something dark and dangerous hanging in the air. As Reigns made his way to the ring, the audience was left with a sense of impending doom. He wasn't here just to speak or make an appearance. No, something far more dangerous was at play. But before Roman could even step into the ring, the ominous static of CM Punk's music filled the arena. The roar of the crowd escalated to a fever pitch as Punk emerged from behind the curtain, his eyes burning with determination and purpose. It was a moment WWE fans had never seen before. Two of the most bitter rivals in the history of the company, both marching toward the ring in a rare and unthinkable alliance. Punk, known for his sharp tongue and anti-establishment attitude, and Reigns, the self-proclaimed king of WWE, had always been on opposite sides of the spectrum. Yet here they were, walking together, and the chaos that would follow would shake WWE to its core. Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, an unlikely alliance, faces the storm. Seth Rollins, ever the master of adaptability, stood in the ring, microphone in hand, visibly puzzled. He had just retained his World Heavyweight Championship, standing tall as the face of the company. But there was no time for celebration. The tension in the air was palpable, and Rollins' instinct told him something was wrong. He took a step back, scanning the entrance ramp for any sign of what might be coming next. At that moment, Braun Breaker, WWE's breakout star, emerged from the side entrance. He'd been on a tear lately, earning the respect of fans and fellow superstars alike. Seeing Rollins in trouble, he rushed to the ring to even the odds, but the audience's hope that Breaker could provide some backup was dashed within moments. As soon as the two men positioned themselves, ready for a potential fight, the arena lights cut again. This time, when the lights returned, the brutal chaos was already in full swing. The attack begins. Reigns and Punk unleash. Hell, Roman Reigns and CM Punk didn't waste a single second. They were perfectly coordinated, moving with ruthless precision as they launched their attack. Punk was the first to strike, charging Rollins with a vicious flying knee that sent the world champion crashing violently into the turnbuckles. The impact echoed throughout the arena as Rollins crumpled to the canvas. Before anyone could process what was happening, Reigns made his move. With terrifying strength, he spearheaded Braun Breaker, sending the young star soaring through the air before crashing hard onto the mat. The sheer force of the impact left Breaker gasping for air, his body contorted in an unnatural position as he struggled to get to his feet. The fans were on their feet, but the spectacle unfolding before them left them speechless. Rollins, ever resilient, tried to fight back, swinging wildly at Punk, but the numbers were too much. Punk ducked Rollins' punch with ease and retaliated with a brutal roundhouse kick, knocking Rollins off his feet. The crowd let out a collective gasp as the world champion struggled to regain his bearings. Roman Reigns, with an almost predatory grin, lifted Seth Rollins high above his head before delivering a thunderous powerbomb that shook the ring to its core. The sound of Rollins crashing onto the mat reverberated throughout the arena. Rollins' body was limp, the toll of the assault beginning to take its toll on the champion. Meanwhile, Braun Breaker, still recovering from Reigns' devastating spear, staggered to his feet, only to find CM Punk waiting for him. In a flash, Punk hit his signature go-to-sleep GTS finisher, planting Breaker back into the mat with vicious force. The arena fell into stunned silence as Punk stood over Breaker, his eyes cold with rage. It was clear that this attack wasn't just about the two men making a statement. It was personal, calculated, and deeply strategic. This wasn't a random act of violence. This was the start of something much larger. A message, sent, Reigns and Punk's declaration of war. As the dust settled and medical officials rushed to the ring to tend to Rollins and Breaker, Roman Reigns grabbed a microphone. His voice was low and commanding as he spoke directly into the camera. "We warned you," he said, his words dripping with menace. "We are the reckoning, and this is just the beginning." The crowd, still in shock from the brutal assault, remained eerily quiet. There was no doubt that this was a declaration of war, but the true depth of the message would not be fully understood until much later. CM Punk, standing beside Reigns, said nothing, but his piercing gaze said it all. His silence was more telling than any words could be. His eyes, burning with conviction and fury, spoke of a hunger for power that could not be quenched. The WWE Universe was reeling. This wasn't just a betrayal of Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. It was an attack on the very foundation of WWE itself. Reigns and Punk weren't looking for redemption. They weren't just looking to make a statement. No, they were looking to take control by any means necessary. The fallout, questions and speculation backstage, chaos erupted. Triple H, visibly furious and stunned by what had just transpired, stormed through the hallways, demanding answers from anyone who might know why Roman Reigns and CM Punk had teamed up in such a brutal fashion. Camera crews caught glimpses of other superstars whispering nervously among themselves. Some, perhaps fearing for their own safety, were seen leaving the arena early. Inside the locker room, the mood was one of uncertainty and tension. For the first time in a long time, WWE felt unstable. Reigns and Punk had sent a message that no one could ignore. The question now wasn't just about what would happen next. It was about who would be next. What had brought Roman and Punk together? Was this an alliance of convenience born out of a shared desire for power? Or was there something deeper, something more sinister at play? Were they targeting Seth Rollins specifically, or was this attack just the beginning of a larger plan to dismantle WWE's power structure from the inside out? The road ahead. Uncertainty and unpredictability. As the night came to a close and SmackDown went off the air, the WWE Universe was left reeling from the brutal attack. No one knew what to expect next. What will Roman Reigns and CM Punk do now that they have sent such a powerful message? Will their alliance continue to thrive, or will tensions between the two superstars eventually boil over? One thing was certain, WWE would never be the same again. Reigns and Punk had rewritten the rulebook, and the fallout from their actions would send shockwaves through the locker room, the fans, and the very structure of the company itself. This is only the beginning. The WWE Universe better brace itself for what's to come because nothing will be predictable from this point on. Stay locked in because the chaos is just getting started.